The mud of the Somme was thicker than nightmares, clinging to boots like guilt. Private Thomas Wycliffe had long since stopped noticing the stink of blood and gunpowder. The war had stripped the world of color and mercy, leaving only gray skies and screaming metal. He was just 22. It was October 1916. The British trenches had become his home. If home could be a place where rats outnumbered letters from loved ones and where sleep came only with exhaustion or fear-induced collapse. His hands, once used to scribbling poetry in the back of a church pew in Yorkshire, now trembled with the weight of a Lee Enfield rifle. In his left chest pocket, just above his heart, he carried a Bible. It was leather-bound, edges worn smooth by his thumb. His mother had given it to him the day he left. "Take it, Tom," she had whispered, pressing it into his hand like armor. "You don't have to believe every word, but hold on to it anyway." He had smiled weakly and tucked it into his uniform. At first, he kept it out of duty, or guilt, or both. But in the stillness between barrages, he'd sometimes read the Psalms, the only parts he felt he could understand. "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." He didn't need to finish the line. He was living it. On the morning of October 23rd, a whistle pierced the air. The men scrambled up ladders, hearts thundering louder than the shell fire. Thomas followed Sergeant Holt over the parapet, his legs moving before his mind could catch up. The sky opened. Machine guns tore through the haze. Men fell like wheat under a scythe. Thomas ducked low, sprinted, shouted, tripped. A flash. Hot pain tore across his chest and flung him backward into the mud. He lay still, breath shallow, convinced it was over. But as the seconds dragged on, the darkness didn't take him. He opened his eyes. His hand instinctively moved to his chest. He felt torn fabric. He expected blood. Instead, his fingers found the Bible. The cover was shredded. The bullet had burrowed into the thick pages and lodged itself in the middle of the book. The Gospel of John, chapter 15. The words beneath the impact read, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Later, medics found him and carried him back to the trench. The wound was a deep bruise, no more. The men called it a miracle. Holt called it luck. Thomas didn't call it anything. But that night, lying on a cot under tattered canvas, he opened the Bible again with shaking fingers. He didn't pray, he just read. And in the silence, with the rain falling like tears on the roof above, something inside him shifted, like a man who had seen the edge of death and realized he was still breathing. Private Thomas Wycliffe survived the war. He never boasted of the Bible that stopped a bullet, but he kept it with him always, cracked, burned, and bloodstained. And every now and then, when someone asked why, he would simply say, "It brought me home."